You all, we are not licensed professionals. You know, we are just here on this roller coaster called life, trying to be better friends to one another, trying to be better human beings on this planet. If you're tuning in, we are not opting out of therapy. We are not advocating that you listen to us and not see someone who is licensed and trained to help you with day-to-day life on how to cope and deal. So we advocate for therapy a lot here. We believe that everyone has something to talk to somebody about. So, just like to make that disclaimer that we're just here giving our opinions and having discussions week by week. And we're hoping that, you know, maybe you can find something useful, or if at least find a little humor in this terrible, terrible rock we call the world.
In other words, if you listen to our advice and you get popped in the mouth, don't at us.
Yeah, don't at me because you may get popped in the mouth again. Welcome back to another episode of Friendship University. You know, the podcast where we are trying not to be dumpster fires, and in hopes of not being so trash, it inspires you to also not be trash to your fellow human beings, because people are your greatest resource. So never forget that. I'm joined with Miki. I'll say it again, and I'll say it forever. Techno-go. How you doing?
So, for those who don't know, we I guess you wouldn't know. We just retook this first couple seconds, and I'll say the same thing I said a couple seconds ago with our first intro.
How they gonna come for you, though?
I'm not a techno god. Don't call me that. I don't claim it. I'm just a DJ learning how to DJ. Because you're not about to have OmniLens or Carl Cox or DeWitt sending me cease and desist letters.
Nobody said there can't be multiple.
I'm good. You have to give. I'm not claiming that.
You gotta claim what you want.
I'm gonna claim what I am, which is a bedroom DJ at best right now. Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm packing. It's a lot. I'm every second of every day I feel like I'm dishing out more and more money. And let me be very clear. I'm very aware of the privilege, the first world privilege I have to be able to get things like movers and packers and all that, you know, all the materials that I need. So I'm not complaining about that, but I'm tired of spending money. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad. Yeah. Moving's expensive. Living's expensive.
Living's expensive. Moving's expensive. I will always advocate, though, that if you have the funds, hire movers. Just make it so easy on yourself, because it's already stressful when you're going to a new place and you're trying to get acclimated, or even if you're in the process of looking for a new place, you haven't yet found one, and then you're going through all this stuff and you're trying to like pack it properly. And if you can just afford it, I will always advocate for, you know, getting people who choose to do this as a skill set. So I'm thankful that I do have the funds to, you know, provide myself that, but I have spent an egregious amount of money over the last couple of weeks, and I am disgusted.
Even if you don't have the money for movers, all you need is 3 suckers who will move you for you.
We're at the age.
You were the queen of doing that. Don't.
You only moved me once. And that was out of my last house into the storage. You did not touch it. I had movers to move all of my stuff out of the storage. That's not been me. Now, our mutual friend has moved multiple times, but with you've only moved me once. I don't do it.
And she conned me.
I am at an age now where, you know, no shade, no tea. We too old to be getting pizza in payment. Like, I can't, you come help me move. I got some Domino's, the cardboard ass pizza sitting on the counter. Like, you ain't even shell out for no gourmet pizza like Fellini's or nothing. You got the $5 5x5 or whatever Domino's got. So I'm at the age now. It was extremely hot. I'll give you that.
Girl, that wasn't the only problem with that. So let me set the scene for you, right? So Kristen is moving her stuff into a storage unit just for the time being while she was finalizing stuff on her next spot. Fine and dandy. She doesn't have a tremendous amount of stuff. You know, it should have been a relatively easy thing. The moving itself wasn't difficult. There was two things that happened. One, Kristen was like, all right, here's the storage unit. I'm going to go
I told y'all I had to go.
I'm going to go ahead and finish my sentence. I don't want to hear nothing from you right now. I'll let you know when it's your time. So anyway, she's like, oh, here's the U-Haul. Here's the storage place. I'll be there. I'll be right back. I'm going to go tour these two spots. In our head, we were thinking, okay, like we can just unload some stuff. She'll be back lickety split. Which, in looking back on it, I don't know why I thought touring two places was going to take a short period of time.
It's not my fault that y'all are efficient. I was going 45 minutes tops.
And it was the longest 45 minutes ever. Anyway.
It was long because the police showed up.
Yes. Anyway, so we're moving Kristen's stuff. You know, the truck's almost empty. By the time she get back, she can just pack it up and go. And let's just say that there was someone who needed some help in a more clinical mental way.
That had nothing to do with me.
Right. It had nothing to do with Kristen. It just like so happened that she just showed up. And then one thing led to another. There was some shooting. No one got shot. No one died. Someone did get hit in the face with like a
bat.
A bat. It was a lot going on, and then the cops wanted to talk to me, and I was like, "Don't come to me."
Send everybody to jail.
Don't come to me as a nigga.
Somebody else.
Okay. Because in my head, I was like, So the person who was doing the shooting, I was like, "What if he's in the gang?" I was like, "Sir, I didn't see nothing. I don't know what happened. I was just over here, and next thing you know, shit was popping off." And then, so yeah, maybe it's because that situation scarred me. Maybe I'll tell the full story one day. I still have the videos of that. But yeah, like I said, you don't necessarily need movers. You just need 3 suckers to move for you.
If you have friends, don't get me. Here's the thing with that. I don't mind the girls who get people to help them move. I don't want to lift anything but my purse when I'm walking out of the house. And it would really be wrong of me to get three of my friends to come over and move all of my things out of my home. And I'm not lifting a thing. That's why I hired movers. Because I was like, you know what? I mean, yes, I could probably find friends to pay. But at the end of the day, the movers are coming with the truck. They're coming with all of the tools you need, the dollies and all of that jazz.
You know what probably also scarred me is because, like, I think I was in a relationship at that point in time, and I was just, like, sad.
You may have been.
It was a lot going on.
It was.
Honestly, I'm just tired of moving people. I'm always, like, I like to help, so I'm usually the first thing. If someone tells me they're moving, I'll be like, oh, I can come help you. I actually have a friend right now. Actually, not even a friend. It's just somebody I'm talking to on a dating app. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm moving this weekend. I was like, oh, do you need help? I was like, why did I offer that?
Man, nigga, on no dating app.
It's my love language. I'm just like, let me help you.
I'll talk to you on Sunday after you've moved all of your things out of your home.
Tragic.
If I just met you, hell no.
Yeah, no, it was not my. He said no. Thankfully, he was like, "No, I'm good. That's really sweet of you, though." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, good," because I didn't mean it. I mean, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
You would have done it.
I would have done it.
I know, but then you would have been thinking, "Damn, I just spent my
should have done this." Moving a man who anyway,
who may or may not. But I get it. But yes, so
my dating app stories have been crazy recently.
We have to talk about that one day.
Let us know if you want a section of Malik's crazy dating experiences, because I have a lot of those.
We're working on our syllabus, so if you want to add that, we're going to be doing different sectors and different topics and stuff. We're changing some things up. So,
right.
Maybe if you want to hear, I don't know, Malik's mattress.
They don't make it to the mattress.
Malik's men memories. I don't know. I'm trying to create something.
I'll ask ChatGPT to write it for me later.
Yes. Anyway, to the girls who know, they know ChatGPT is that girl. But yeah, I'm good outside of that. Daylight savings time has really been actually giving me a little bit more encouragement. I do like that, the sun goes down less. Didn't we do a bit? So, in full transparency, I don't really know how daylight saving time works. I know that we passed a bill, or quote-unquote passed a bill, to get rid of daylight savings time. But that's not going to change the way the sun rises and sets, will it? Mm-mm. So then what is it for? Is it just to like
It's just to keep
not change the time?
Yeah, that's it. Just not to change the time. Yeah, no. But just to clarify for the girls who are on the podcast, you might have thought this. No, if the daylight savings time law or whatever goes through, we don't change time. It's still gonna get darker earlier in the day come winter, because the winter solstice and I don't know if spring solstice is a thing, but there's something that happens where in the winter, because of where the sun is and where we are and the way Earth tilts and stuff like that, we do get shorter days, and then in the summer we get longer days. So that's still going to happen.
Okay.
But the fact of us pulling clocks back and forth will no longer happen. Now I don't know what time it'll get dark, so I guess he'll see here. If it's what time is it now? Like 8 o'clock. Yeah. I guess around winter it would still get dark, probably around like opposed to getting dark at 6, it would probably get dark at 7. But don't quote me on that. So yeah, just for you guys to know, no, we're not gonna have daylight all day every day. That's not how science works. That's not how Earth works. I just feel like I should clear that up for the people who are like, oh my God, we're gonna be like this. No, we're not.
I would like to pass a bill to make us like Alaska, where we have 6 months of daylight and 6 months of darkness.
I don't think Alaska has any choice in that. And they have zero choice in that option.
I don't want that.
The same thing that makes us have shorter days is the same thing that keeps them in the dark for 6 months. But yeah, so I agree. I loved it this time of year because it's not a time thing. It's just how we're spending thing. Mm-hmm. Where it's darker later. Even though there'd be times where it's like 9 o'clock, and I'd be like, why is it so light outside? I'm ready for bed.
Oh, not need blackout curtains.
Okay, which I do have. Blackout curtains are a blessing and a curse.
Dangerous.
They're a blessing on the weekends when you got shit to do. They're a dangerous weapon during the weekdays when you got to wake up and go to work. But yeah, I'm happy to hear you're doing good. I'm also doing pretty, I guess all things considered. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into today's session, which is going to be Reddit Confessionals. We don't have a ding.
We're trying to do a
We're trying to find a jingle. Also find a name for it. We'll also ask ChatGPT for that.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna call that. Well, yeah. Let's see what ChatGPT got to say about Reddit Confessionals. We'll come back. We'll put a pin in that, and we'll come back for the next. Because if you haven't heard, the bird is a word. This is a part of what we do here. We like to divulge into other people's messes sometimes, so that's what we're doing today. So I've got a couple of topics. Some of the girls on the Reddit's advice page had a couple of questions. I have a few. Mickey has a few. Who you want to start? Oh, do you have anything else you'd like to say to the people before we jump into that? I don't know.
No.
Loki's okay. If anybody was wondering. I know we've had some time to talk about how he had some health issues, but he's doing just fine.
Yeah, he's on my neck forever and always. I'm also looking up segment names on ChatGPT real quick. So before we get into our segment, let's go ahead and just finalize a name. Unleash Secrets? Do we want to keep it school themed?
Yeah, maybe. Unleash Secrets. I'm not. That sounds like a K. Michelle album. Not feeling that.
Wow. Maybe. We'll come back to it. It's fine. So yeah. Anyway,
type in more keywords. Let chat do its thing.
But you can go ahead and get it started. Go ahead and run it.
Okay. I'm gonna start with. I'm going to start with how to leave a toxic friend.
I got a name.
What?
Confessions 101.
Confessions 101. And there it is. Welcome to Confessions 101.
Ooh. Or Lessons from the Anonymous. Confessions 101.
Yeah, Confessions 101. Okay, welcome to Confessions 101.
New segment alert.
Now
we've already been doing it.
Insert the siren noise or whatever.
Ambulance, yeah.
Yeah. We'll work on a jingle later. But I have one from Triple L Implement 265 who says, how to leave a toxic friend. Hello. I've been friends with this girl for over 4 years and she knows a lot about me. Our relationship is severely toxic, and I feel suffocated around her. I want to leave, but we've been friends for too long. Therefore, she knows too much about me. She may tell others. But she has a very toxic personality, so even if I tried to talk it out with her, she would probably just end up trying to get revenge and telling all my secrets. Excuse me. I do know stuff about her too, but I never expose her because I know how it feels. That's wrong. Y'all and his grandpa. Because I know how it feels. So, what to do, how to leave a toxic friend.
I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out for like a hot second. Why is she toxic? Or they toxic? What makes them toxic?
She never explicitly says why she's toxic. She just says she feels suffocated around her and she wants to end the friendship, but she's afraid because of her toxic personality, she'll tell all her secrets. So I'm assuming maybe this person may be vindictive, maybe big mouth, a gossiper.
She didn't give us a lot of information. Which
not at all.
So I'm just going to do like an umbrella answer for this because being smothering isn't, I mean, it's not healthy, but I'm not going to constitute it as toxic. Like some people can be a little bit more clingy.
I don't know. She didn't say she, well, okay. She did say suffocated.
Suffocating. So yeah, I mean, suffocating is a negative word. You know, no one wants to be suffocated, I guess. But I mean, nobody does.
We'll say that for
some people do.
Bedroom.
Anyway, so I don't know if she's referring to the suffocating portion. I mean, it sounds like she's not. It sounds like this person's referring to like other things that makes this person toxic. Yeah. So again, it's kind of hard to say. Like someone being smothering, there's ways you can go about distancing yourself from that person without it becoming like a big thing. Just be like, I'm busy, or like I'm unavailable, and just become available when you feel ready. Because what's it gonna do? Bust in your house? I mean, they could try, but then you can whip their ass.
She's just afraid. I think she's more so afraid this girl gonna tell all her business.
Let her tell it. I mean, listen, I don't know what your secrets are. Like, I don't know if like, oh, maybe you like stole something or like you cheated on someone or whatever. But like, what's better, staying friends with this person and being miserable and having in the back of your head that like any moment, if I piss this person off the right way, or if I don't do what they want me to do, or blah blah blah, they're gonna spill all my tea. Or ending the friendship, living in your truth.
Now she got you an emotional blackmail.
Right. Like, that's not a friendship. That's you just being in a relationship because you're kind of, like, scared to leave it. Or that's not healthy. Like, you're going to, not that you already don't. You probably do. But just going to end up resenting that person. Like, it's just not healthy. Again, I don't know what this person's secrets are. I mean, here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say about secrets. Here's what I'm going to say about secrets, right? I understand why people have them. Shame, guilt, wrongdoing, blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you something here real quick. And yes, I have my own secrets, so I'm not above this, by the way. There's going to come a point in time where this planet rock is going to be eaten by the sun. You stole your $49 pair of sandals from Payless.
Girl, get over that PPP loan scam.
That PPP loan scam you did, or, you sent a nude to your best friend on accident, or whatever the case may be. Like, yeah, it may be, some people may get upset depending on the secret. Now, if you were a murderer,
yeah,
that's probably, a secret that should be out because you're a danger to the community. So I stand 10 toes with what I'm saying here. End the friendship. If she wants to spill your tea, let her spill the tea and just deal with the repercussions from there. I mean, honestly, I don't really feel bad for you because you're friends with someone who would spill secrets and you decided to tell them secrets. So
maybe she didn't know when she first told her the secrets. People that's human fair. Human flaw. We always think we're the exception to the rule. We'll hear people do and say stuff about someone else, and we'll think they'll never do that to me. No, lies. Girl. If somebody will lie to their mama, they'll lie to you. Exactly.
Period. So, you just blanket. Now, I'm sorry. I feel like I just went on the giant circle blanket thing. I mean, someone toxic, in my opinion. I mean, everyone deserves respect. Everyone deserves, I guess, to an extent, like, explanation. But if it was really toxic to a point where, like, you can't function in a relationship with them, just drop them. Just stop responding to messages. You can do a hard stop. Just delete.
She can do a slow block. To make it seem like it's mutual.
You can do a slow temper off. Okay, that might be a good option, especially if she's toxic and says, you're secrets or whatever, like doing a slow taper off, maybe she'll start losing interest, and then it's next thing you know, you're just a thought of the past.
Okay, she'll never think about you. I have an issue. We got these buzzwords, and toxic is one of them. It's been a buzzword for the last few years. So I don't understand when you're saying toxic. I wish you would have given a little bit more of an explanation of what you meant by she was toxic and you're feeling suffocated. But shame and guilt will have you doing things out of character. So you can't live your life in those. That's why there is power in you taking back your testimony and telling the struggles that you've been through, because now nobody can ever hold that over your head. I've already told what I've been through and where I'm going and where I'm hoping to go. So you can never be like, oh, this person did this, or I remember when you did that. Yeah, I remember when I did it too. You'll never be able to shame me. So you need to deal with that shame first. So whatever these secrets are, you need to deal with the fact that they are debilitating you to a point where you feel so embarrassed to leave this person who is literally ruining your life, for lack of better terms. You would rather stay in that relationship or this friendship versus face the demons that come with your secret. So you need to face that first. Secondly, if you really just feel like you're the type of person who won't, and this is coming from someone who has been in a situation where they didn't necessarily tell my secrets, because I don't want to sound pretentious or anything in that realm. I don't really have any secrets. Like, I am who I am. Do I go around like when people say they're open book? Yeah, that you can constitute that as me. Like, if you want to know something or if I've ever done something, I'll talk about it. But you need to understand that just because you won't do something to someone doesn't mean they won't do it to you, and you don't need to stoop to her level, because there may come a point where if you do end that friendship and she does tell your secrets, you will feel the urge to tell hers. Don't stoop down to the level. I have been in a situation where I have ended relationships with people and they have talked trash about me, but I don't necessarily feel the need to have to talk trash about them. Like, what is that going to do for me? Like, at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, what is her telling your secrets going to do for anybody else? If it's a situation where a secret involves another mutual friend and you're afraid that friend's going to find out, you're going to have to face it one day anyway. Don't let this keep you in the dark or keep you from feeling like you can't live your life. Like, just face it. It's nothing in this world that you have done for... How do you say? Nothing in this world that you have done should ever constitute you feeling like you can't overcome it. So if you've done some things that you're not proud of, we all have. And I know that's easy to say, because you could think about like, well, what about pedophiles and what about murderers and everything? I am a firm believer in redemption. So I don't feel like there's anything that you could have ever done on this planet where you cannot redeem yourself from, if you are willing to thoughtfully do the work to redeem yourself. So, girl, if there's skeletons in the closet, let them out. Early Halloween skeleton party. But don't let this girl torment you no more. Okay? If she's willing to see her friends, and I'm always an advocate for, I can fight. If you can fight, then you may want to pull out them chops on her too. If you got to let her know, like, yo. And Loki said, fight her, ho. I get it. I agree. Thank you so much for co-signing that for me. But
man, this is
yeah, girl. Tell her, like, are my secrets, revealing my secrets, worth getting your ass beat? You may want to think about it.
Yeah, girl, just living your truth. You'll be all right.
Okay.
I mean, there's things about me that might come out one day, and I just like fully just accepted that. What it is, what it is. It's fine. Nothing awful, like maybe a nude or two, but
we all have to. I mean, they're gonna.
I like my nudes, so I don't care.
You sent it.
Okay. I mean, there's no face in it. You can't tell, but like
clearly, I like the way I look if I sent it, bitch. So, no face, no case.
All right. So, ready for my question? Mm-hmm. Am I the asshole for taking away the Netflix account I share with my friend? I already feel like I sit on one side of this camp. This is honestly stupid and okay. This comes from Candid Croissant on Am I the Asshole Reddit. They said this is honestly stupid and petty, but I need some insight. I have a Netflix account that I fully pay for.
Okay.
One of my closest friends is a tight financial. One of my closest friends is in a tight financial situation. I gave her full access to my account to use as she pleases. Said, I'm sorry, these grammars, yo. Said friend is in a long-term, long-distance / online relationship. Today she called me and casually told me she gave my Netflix account to her partner so they could watch movies together. She proceeded to ask if I'm mad she gave it away, and although livid, I responded to her question in little to no consideration. I'm sorry. Although livid, I responded to her question is a little too late in considering she already did it. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be an asshole, so I hung up to compose myself. Then I decided to change my password and sign out of all the devices currently logged in.
How you escalate? How you gonna... Okay, go on.
Am I the asshole for doing this? I didn't mean to be selfish. I would have been fine with both of them using it if she had asked. I'm sorry for the grammatical errors on that one. It's also probably my dyslexia, honestly. You want to go ahead and start us off?
It is what it is. So she's saying the person she gave the account to gave it to their son or their kid?
No. So TLDR, old girl has a Netflix. She gave it to her broke friend because her friend ain't got no money.
Right.
Her broke friend decided to share it with her boyfriend, who is long distance, so they could watch Netflix together on FaceTime.
Netflix watch parties.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. Right. I'm gonna start off by saying there are unspoken rules to sharing passwords, and you broke one, girl. You don't share the password with someone who is not authorized. And even if you feel like they're authorized, you still ask the owner of the account if it's okay. Period. You never just share it. Never just assume. Like, especially like y'all could be on the Netflix plan with only two of y'all can watch at one time. What if she wanted to go watch her show and both you and your dusty ass boyfriend are watching a movie and now I can't go watch?
I would love to know what if.
And you trying to imply because guess who paid the Netflix account?
Guess who pays for your Hulu account?
I'm just saying Hulu ain't got no problems. All I'm saying
but I have problems with Netflix.
Didn't I upgrade?
It don't matter. You upgraded after I got my own plan. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
That was your problem. And you the one who got the trial.
I'll continue my thoughts when we get there. Go on.
You the one who got the trial.
Let's focus on
You'll be back in 30 days.
Croissant
You'll be back in 30 days when that trial is up,
T-Mobile said that's a part of my plan, honey. I ain't got to worry about that no more. So let's get back to sensual, candid croissant.
So you broke the rules, girl. You don't share the password, like, period. First of all, it's not even just about the fact that it's sharing of the account with someone else and it can interrupt someone else's stream play. What if that's my universal password?
That's the real tea.
Like,
now you in my bank account. Now you Zelling
my Cash App, my Zelling yourself all my money, girl. What? Like,
no, it's not smart to have one password, but
yeah, it's not. But some people do. Like, you don't do that. So that was very rude. Now, old girl did escalate. First, you talking about you hung up. Do you mean you hung up in her face? Like, did you just did you say goodbye or did you just hang up? Then you say you immediately changed all of the passwords. Like, no conversation, no nothing. Like, you didn't even tell the girl, like, hey, I feel like this was inappropriate. Like, please don't do this. You just, like, hung up. You said you hung up to compose yourself, but you didn't compose yourself. You escalated.
She hung up to compose. Because otherwise it's that or cuss her out.
But she still escalated. You could have cussed the girl out and been like, don't do that. She hung up and then changed all the passwords. Like, what an escalation. So, you need to tell her that's not okay. Don't be sharing passwords, whatever. If I log you back into this account, don't feel pressure to now. You don't have to share accounts with people. Like, that's your prerogative. But if you feel like, man, okay, it was an honest mistake, which it could have been. You know, old girl was lonely, trying to connect with her boo thing, trying to have, do her thing. So, Maybe it was late. I can see, like, there are instances where it could have been late and she didn't want to text you. Doesn't excuse it. She should have just waited till the next day. Mm-hmm. But maybe it was late. Mm-hmm. She was like, I don't want to call her. I don't want to say, hey, can I share this password? Because you were asleep. Maybe you got to wake up early. There are always circumstances to every dilemma. So I think you should definitely tell her it's not okay. And if you feel inclined, give her the password back and tell her, do not share this unless you ask me if it's okay. You don't have the jurisdiction to share that. You don't pay the bill.
Period. I'm going to go 100% not the asshole on this one in any way, shape, or form. Could not, okay, like, I was going to bring it up too, but you already said it. Like, that could be my universal password. That could be the password to my bank account, my work email. Who fucking knows?
Who knows?
Okay, whatever. So there's that. And there's another, okay, so like I said, I'm 100% she's not the asshole. Change them passwords. Never give her access again because she playing in your motherfucking face.
You have the right for sure.
So, when you gave this person the Netflix, it was probably an agreed upon arrangement of, hey, you're tight on cash. I'm going to give you access to this so you can use it. That was the agreement, right? Similar to how my agreement with Kristen was, I'll give you access to Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN, and I get access to Netflix.
And you still have access to Netflix. But no,
see, you're trying to twist the meaning. What I'm gonna talk about Essential Crescent, then I'm gonna talk about Kristen. So Emotional, Candid Crescent. And then she decided to share the password with the man. Kristen brought up some good points. Maybe you were asleep. Maybe you were at work. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, patience is a virtue. I mean, apparently. You could have waited. However, comma on that one. Don't play in my face like Apple and Android don't have screen share, media sharing. You don't have to share that password. You can be like, all right, babe, we're going to watch, Minions. I'm going to go ahead and screen share because Apple lets you screen share on FaceTime and share the thing you're looking at. They'll have their own input, blah, blah, blah. They can look at it. I don't think they need a description of their own. And also,
can't you do that with Netflix?
Side note, I don't know this girl's living situation.
I don't think you can do that with Netflix.
I think you can. If you FaceTime someone, you can do a media share, and I think you can literally just show what you're watching.
I think they would have to watch it on whatever device they watch it. I don't think.
If they FaceTime and they got it,
AirPlay today,
or whatever. So
TV.
Another thing about that is, why did the boyfriend not just have your boyfriend pay for it? That's the real tea. Is your boyfriend also broke? Is the man broke? Is he ain't got no money? He can't pay for no Netflix. He can't hook his woman up. Because what it sounds like to me, based on this limited information, it sounds like old girl and old boy live at home, ain't got no jobs, no prospects, and a relationship is not the first thing you should be focused on right now. Maybe focus on getting a job. Maybe focus on getting income.
You could be down on your luck. It happens. It happens to the best of us.
And if you're down on your luck, you need to save all your coin.
That's what she was doing.
With the Netflix, you're right. But girl, you're not the asshole. I mean, could you communicated like, hey, I'm not okay with this, blah, blah, blah. Like, maybe you did. Maybe old girl was just being an asshole. Like, it's fine, Sarah. Like, it's just a password. And I would have changed the passwords on you quick, fast, and in a hurry.
That changes the whole conversation. Because what you're not going to do is try to invalidate my feelings. Especially when I am
You're never going to watch another Netflix another day in your life.
Netflix and chill again on my dime.
Not on my dime. So, not the asshole. Change them passwords. And this gets me to my personal read to you.
You can read me because it's not a read.
It's a read.
Because you still had access to the Netflix.
Let's go ahead and break it down. Let's go ahead and break it down. So,
one time, one night.
It was more than once. It was more than once. Don't play in my face. Let's not.
It was one night where it was multiple people watching it. Now the payment, which you already know the situation with that. Not the payment. So don't be feisty.
There's one group chat I don't delete, and it's our friend group chat, and I will go locate it. And I will. Anyway, so the agreement was, I would be paying for ESPN, Disney Plus, and Hulu, and I would have access to Netflix. No, that's cool. The impression would be that if I logged on to Netflix, I could watch Netflix.
Who said that? What contract did we sign?
I'm changing these passwords right now.
Who said that? I'm just saying, who said that?
So if you get unlimited access to Hulu anytime you want it, why can't I get access to Netflix when I want it?
I did not know you didn't have unlimited. When you told me, though, you didn't have access to Netflix, what did I say? I have 30 minutes left in this movie. You can watch it after I get off.
And I wanted to watch it when I wanted to watch it because that's the agreement.
Out of a whole year.
I'll make sure.
That's that entitlement. That's that entitlement.
No, you entitled because if I changed that password to Hulu, you would have been sick.
It was, you actually have. It didn't tell nobody.
That had nothing to do with you. That had something to do with my ex because I was like, I
didn't know the password changed. We trying to log into Hulu.
Those are two separate things. I didn't change it maliciously. I changed it because someone else had access to it.
Say nothing.
Because I forgot.
We just
I digress. TLDR, Kristen decided to bamboozle me to my face. Now I got my own Netflix. So I ain't got to worry about that with.
Well, I'm so glad that you feel very secure in your Netflix.
I do.
Out now.
I do. Because I ain't gotta wait for Susie B. Anthony to stop watching The Boys Are Back.
I'll never feel bad. You'll never.
And I won't feel bad when that password changes again.
You will never shame me because it was literally
Side note, you owe me
$6
because I don't use your Netflix no more.
It was one night.
Just as a heads up, just letting you know. The payment got to resume.
Her $6.
I don't use your Netflix anymore, so our deal's off. So
but
you owe
isn't
me.
Just card on the
It's not. So okay. I'll need that on the re-up. Thanks.
Okay, that's fine. You can take your measly ass $6.
I will. And until then, that password will be changed.
Oh, girl, get over it. Get off of it. One night. You're just impatient. It was one night, 30 minutes where you couldn't access. Because you know who to hit me up talking about, I ain't got access to Netflix. Hulu. What happened? What happened to my Hulu? First of all, I hit you up 2 or 3 days after that because it was late the day that I was trying to log into Hulu. And then I forgot about it because I wasn't pressed to watch whatever I was trying to watch.
Working Moms, and I could not watch Working Moms.
Girl, you trying to watch these white women and ruining their lives.
Why not? Sounds like a good time to me. Don't you don't like watching white folk him themselves?
That press. This really is in your spirit. Would you like to have a counseling session about it? It really is weighing on your heart right now.
Don't even try to make yourself right. Don't even.
You very upset.
Don't even try to make yourself right because you're not.
Very upset.
It's okay, girl. You're right. I don't like being wronged. You are correct. I don't like being wronged. You are 100%.
You don't like being wronged.
I don't, because the agreement was 100% access both ways. And you did not have access. And I had. Yes, I could click on my profile for it to tell me Susie Queen is watching so and so. You cannot watch right now. Sorry to tell you.
I cannot believe this got you that pressed. That's crazy.
It's crazy, all right.
That is very crazy. I really hope healing is in your future.
I hope that you understand how deals work in your future. Save yourself some legal problems.
Girl, who signed the contract? What you talking about? What are you talking about? Are you no longer on Zelle? Because I'm trying to send you coins now, and it says Malik P.
I'm on Zelle.
Is unenrolled with Zelle.
I don't know what to tell you. Are you Zelling to my cell phone number?
What else am I Zelling to? Why don't you request it? Why don't you request it?
And I don't want to hear nothing about the payment one because January 22nd, 2022 at 11:22 p.m. I asked, you watch Netflix? You said I am. Lord knows the worry. I can't watch nothing because the profiles are taken up. Let's go ahead and look at the next option. Oh, what is this? I mean, mind you, yes, at this point, I guess the payment thing would have been a thing as well. But 10/16/2022, hey, anyway, I get access to the Netflix. I see people are on it. So anyway, on to your question, sweetie.
You are so pressed. Why are you doing that? Why don't you send the Zelle request?
No, it's okay. I'm gonna wait till you back where you need to be.
No. Good. Don't do it now.
It don't matter now, girl. It's fine. Because I ain't
clearly does. Because here we are 20 minutes later talking about how
I told you to move on. I told you to go to the next question. You pressed. You
just told me to go to the next question 10 seconds ago.
I said, we can go ahead and move on to the next question a few moments ago.
Jeez, who knew that the
comment below on our Twitter. We'll put a Twitter poll. Who's raggedy in this situation?
Jesus H. Christ.
You going to this question or no?
Anyway, you done?
I was waiting for you to go to the question.
You're not done. Are you done? Okay. So, how can they? 27-year-old male feel sexually attracted to my partner, 37-year-old female again. My partner started putting on weight from the time we got together, going from 170 to 200 in the first year. And it was a bit off-putting, but my love towards her and deep sense of attraction to her personality kept me in the relationship. She then became obese, hitting around 230 at the 2-year mark. Then shortly after that, oh, damn, I didn't even see this. She got pregnant, and it just got worse. In quotation says, understandably. But why did you have to say it got worse? That's crazy. Now we have an 8-month-old, and despite me helping out a few hours a day, she just can't seem to get her health on track. Wow. Disclaimer, the baby sleeps 14 hours straight at night. I ain't never seen that, but it could be possible. And I work 6 12-hour shifts, so not much more I can do to help. This isn't a post to ask how to help her lose weight. She's already on different types of apps and has some body image issues, so I don't want to ever put that pressure on her. Plus, the relationship is truly an amazing partnership where I feel fully supported by the love of my life. Okay. Despite being able to enjoy sex with her and having a great sex life, this person is so contradictory.
What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck's the problem?
I just don't feel romantically attracted to her when I look at her from certain angles. Like her arms, belly, legs, etc. They just give me the ick. However, her face is still a 10 out of 10 to me. And that punani is amazing. Plus, her personality keeps me with her. Last thing, I am extremely fit. Lift weights daily on my lunch break at work. Eat a strict diet, etc. So part of it is the relatability. TLDR, partner gain weight. I'm feeling less attracted to her, but I still love her and love what we have together. Need advice on how to look past her weight.
That was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Because one minute he's like, oh, she blah, blah, blah. She gained weight.
She a blob.
But I also be busting it down. Put, okay, you know.
But you know what? That don't mean nothing.
Ass clapping, all that stuff.
Niggas will bust something down. They will be with a woman in the nighttime that they would never want to be.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think it's a, I mean, okay. So let me go with this multifaceted or whatever, because I got to give it a full thought. I get wanting your partner to be healthy. Yeah. I get you wanting your partner to be in good health, take care of themselves, you know, take care of their whatever the case may be, because you want to spend your life with them. You want them to be around a long period of time. Health problems, especially health problems that you can prevent by eating healthy.
And I'm assuming they've been together more than like 3 or 4 years.
Right. You know, you want to see your partner, you know, not have to go to the hospital because they have high blood pressure or because they aren't eating salads or whatever.
Which, disclaimer, obesity does not mean you will have any of these things.
Right. It doesn't necessarily mean it, but taking care of yourself is important, period. Right. You know, drinking water, doing that stuff. You know, to what degree you do it is up to you, but it is important to keep your health in mind. But, you know, as you get older, things don't work the way they used to, and the work you do early in life is going to set you up for later in life. But anyway, so I can get where that point comes from, but for the way he worded it, and side note, just want to go ahead and just asterisk something here, a little tangent. Because it just seems like you said you're romantically attracted to her, but you don't like the way her blah, blah, blah. So it kind of sounded like he was associating romantic attraction to the way you physically are attracted to someone. That's not necessarily one and the same. They do play hand in hand. Like, you can be romantically attracted to someone and not physically attracted to them. That's possible. To me, the way this person worded it, it is not so much that they want their partner to be healthy. It is not so much in the sense of they aren't attracted. Like the ding-a-ling still gets up for it. You still be busting it down, you know, making them fucking walls sweat, whatever y'all be doing. So you still like her. You still think she's attractive, but part of me thinks that you're just ashamed to be around her in person because you are fit mass bro, muscles, you know, pectorals, whatever the case may be. Someone probably said something on social media, or maybe one of your friends, like, "Oh, why are you with her?" Or like, oh, "That's interesting," or whatever. Listen,
so crazy.
You think fit boys out there, love who you gonna love. Love who you gonna love. And mind you, I struggled with this. I had a partner who was really big into fitness and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm not. I will forever be a chunk muffin, and that is odd that you want to be with me, mind you. Self-esteem and stuff like that.
You know how many people I see on Instagram, the fit bros be with the thickums?
They're like the thick.
They really do be out here with them.
to
and
me,
love them down.
And love them. This just sounds like a shame thing, which
Yeah,
in and of itself, it's his own problem. Like, you should never be ashamed of your partner. Like, that's supposed to be your friend. That's supposed to be your life partner. That's supposed to be your ride or die.
And that's something more so with yourself than them.
Right. And I feel like this has been a conversation a lot of people have had, especially now in days on like TikTok or whatever the fuck. Or I've heard this conversation more where it's like, oh, I was with someone, they looked this way before, like when we were together. When we got together, they gained a bunch of weight, or they did that, they did the blah, 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 blah. I think gaining weight in the beginning of a relationship is pretty normal. It's called happy weight. Who wants to go to the fucking gym when you could be out here busting it wide open for your man? Like, why would you want to do that? Like, I'm not going to lift weights, bitch. I'm about to go lift this dick or whatever. I don't fucking know.
I mean, they could have been working.
Okay, who knows? Okay, who wants to go eat healthy? I'm about to order Chinese food, and we about to take it to the bedroom when we're done. Anyway,
I can't. Not Glorilla.
Anyway, so honestly, at the end of the day, it just sounds like a shame thing. I mean, again, I do fully understand to like where people come from, where they want their partner to be healthy and take care of themselves and stuff like that. And also, side note, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with being attracted to a certain type of person.
Absolutely. Preferences. We have preferences,
we all have
and
preferences,
everything.
Right. So if your partner no longer looks like that, you as their partner, if you really love this person the way you say you do, you can support their efforts in losing weight without being a total jackass. You don't have to be like, listen here, Tubbo, you about to never eat you about to eat salads and do nothing else, or I'm leaving your ass. You can be gentle with it. You can be like, hey babe, I'm gonna take a walk. You want to come with? Or like, hey, I'm gonna cook at home this week. I made you some food. You can do it without being a total piece of shit. Now, do I think you won't? Probably not. Just based on the way you talk about it, it feels like you're about to go give her an ultimatum, like, you need to lose 50 pounds or I'm leaving that ass. I feel like he's
not gonna touch it at all, because he said she already, has body image issues.
He don't care.
So he doesn't want to put any pressure on her. Whatever. I feel like
something tells me if you're writing this Reddit, you're probably on the verge of already doing that anyway.
That's kind of crazy to me. I think, okay, so one, bitch, this woman just pushed a baby out of her whole vagina like 8 months ago, which sounds like a long time, but is it not? It's not. Because not only did she push it out 8 months ago, before that she was also pregnant for 40 weeks. So 9-10 months almost. So like, come on, bro. And I think it's like, I can agree with the shame thing. I definitely have talked or been around people who seemingly feel secure in their relationship until someone says something, and then it gets them to thinking like, oh, well, maybe this person isn't what I thought. It's just like this. Okay, so she put on 30 pounds within the first, you said, she put on 30 pounds within the first year of y'all being together.
Happy weight.
Okay. Yeah, and she put that on.
Or stress weight because you ain't shit.
It could have been anything. She's also very much so older than you. She's 10 years your senior. So, we know the older you get, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to lose weight or do different things like that. She had a baby later, what would be considered later in life. So it's just a lot of factors. It's like, let me preface this by saying I totally agree with the prefaces. You are allowed to like what you like. And I actually am a firm believer that when you you didn't say y'all are married or anything, but I definitely believe this in marriage. When you do dedicate your life to someone, you say, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. You make a solemn vow for them to be with the person you are presenting yourself to be. So I'm going to take pride in my body and do things because this is the person who you were attracted to when we got together. That's not to say that life doesn't happen and you don't go through stages. I think what happens is sometimes we mistake stages for forever. So maybe she's just in a stage right now where losing weight is not only maybe difficult from a sense, because you've even said she has body image issues, but maybe just not on her radar. She's raising an infant, like going into the toddler stage at this point at 8 months. She put on a lot of weight in a short amount of time. 30 pounds in 1 year is a lot. And this is coming from someone who has put on a lot of weight in a very short amount of time. So I get it. I know what it feels like to look at your body and be like, man, like, this happened so fast, and how do I get back to where I am? And like, so you're already dealing with all these internal thoughts, and you throw a baby into the mix, and it's like, I can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're talking about you help out a couple of hours every day, and yeah, you putting in your work, you do your 12-hour shifts or whatever, but this woman, them couple of hours a day, maybe she want to sleep or shower or eat a bonbon or eat something.
Really.
Yeah, it's just like, if you're going to say you love her and you're her partner and you're going to be there for her, then you need to really execute that right now. The commitments that we make to one another when we get into relationships don't mean shit until it comes down to them being tested. I can say all day, I got your back and all. And yeah, you've been with her, but it's clearly eating away at you. And that's why I said, I get it. You are attracted to who you're attracted to. So you got with someone who looked one way, and now they look a different way. Let's not act. We want to, all the girls want to be like, if I can't wait, you shouldn't know. Because if your man got out here and one day he was looking like, you know what I'm saying, Jonathan Majors, and then the next day he looking like old buddy from Austin Powers. What was his name?
I haven't seen Austin Powers in a long time.
The big guy?
I don't remember.
But whatever. Or you know what I'm saying, looking like buddy from Star Trek and all that. You gonna be like, yo, what's going on? Like, what we got to do? So you cannot. Your heart and your mind are two different entities, and I think we really confuse the fact that sometimes this is why people often say, "Oh, my mind never does what my heart tells it to do. Like, my heart leads me. I lead by my heart, even though logically I know I should be doing something, but my heart is telling me." Because they're two different entities. So if I'm physically looking at you with my mind, I may not be attracted to what I see, because it's not what I fell in love with. Now, my heart still loves you, though. My heart is still with you. I still care about who you are. I still want to be with you. But physically, I'm having a disconnect with my mind and my heart, because what I'm seeing is not arousing me the way that it used to. I don't even want to throw the fact that you said y'all still have sex in there, because I don't see niggas have sex with a lot of things. I'll just leave it at that. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, just the fact that you're still having sex.
Walls were like magic, basically. he likes it.
The fact that you're still having sex is not really a big indicator that you are sexually attracted to them. Now, there are situations where I have seen men, if they are not attracted to you, they just don't get turned on at all. But, you know, that's neither, or people, period, men, women, everything. I do probably think there's a little bit of shame, like you said there. And I think you just have to be gentle and kind. And you're in a test period right now. Are you going to make it through this phase? Are you willing to make it through this phase to see what happens on the other side? Or is it, is this the end? Like, I know people be like, well, it's very shallow for you to break up with someone because their physical appearance changes. I mean, I'll be shallow. Like, I would rather be honest with you and saying, like, this is the case versus me acting like there's no problem. Because then that's when you have situations where the communication isn't adding up, and now I'm going out here to find somebody else to talk to. Okay. And now that's going to lead to me planting the seed to cheat and do all these things. You need to be talking to your partner. As I am someone who lives by radical candor, which means I feel like if you say you care about someone and their well-being, sometimes you have to have tough conversations. And I want people to have tough conversations with me as well, because they say they care about me. So it just boils down to, like, you may just have to face the fact that this is going to be a tough conversation to have with her. Like, to be honest and saying, like, I feel this way and I wanted to be honest with you. Now, whatever way she takes it, you don't have control over. You only have control over the way that you respond to it. She may take it a certain kind of way because she has body image issues. Maybe she needs to speak to someone that's outside of that household about that. Because if she's dealing with a situation where you feel like you can't even talk to her or be like, okay, this is how I'm feeling, it's going to, break you down, and now you're in mental distress. Maybe you need to talk to somebody who can help you deal with that body dysmorphia or whatever you're dealing with. So talk to her, try to be gentle, and check yourself on why you really feel the way that you feel. Is it shame? Is somebody making you feel like this person not good enough for you? Or is it really like, I'm just not feeling physically attracted to you anymore because you're not the same person that I got into a relationship with? And decide that. What's his name? Sam Charles 25.
Good luck, Sam.
Good luck, Sam.
I wish nothing but the best for you. Also, just to add a little tangent on that, if you break up with this girl and she pulls it together, don't hit her up.
Okay, don't.
Because you old news.
If she get that gym body
if
back,
she's a hot girl, don't let the hot girl be a hot girl.
And she doing hot shit, don't even.
She ain't leave her alone. She ain't gonna coming back. And if she does, she a fool.
You want to know what? I thought about this. This is a commercial break. I thought about the fact that we talk about haters, but you want to know who the biggest haters are? The girlies who be in the gym, get into their goal weight, get into their fitness goals, and then get impregnated by a nigga. You a fucking hater, nigga. I just got to my damn goals, and you gonna get me pregnant?
I mean, really, any man who gets you pregnant on purpose outside of the fact of wanting kids is probably a hater in some degree or another.
Now you gonna get me pregnant? You a hater, B. You didn't want me outside. You didn't want me outside. Get this away. Do you have your next question?
Mm-hmm. It'll probably be my last question, honestly. I don't like my other question I had. I don't know if I'm looking for another one right now.
You looking for another one?
No. You doing duelist?
What is that? 2 for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
This will be my second one.
Okay, yeah. Then we got one more round. Let's do that. That sounds good. I'm sorry I woke you up. My bad, bro. All right, I'm ready.
All right. Yeah, so next question. Which, I mean, I'm surprised this hasn't come up as a topic just in general. But anyway. My girlfriend got pregnant from my best friend, and I don't know what to do. I recently found out...
Oh, God.
Yeah, right? I recently found out that my girlfriend, parentheses 21, has been cheating on me for like 7 months in secret. I came across this when I went through her phone one day and saw her and my best friend were dating, apparently. So I brought it up to her, and she denied it when I asked.
Of course.
I asked my friend, and he told me the entire truth, like a real one. I mean, I guess he's not a real one because he got your girl pregnant, okay. But at least he was honest about it. Sorry, where did I left off? He told me the entire truth. How she was cheating on me with him for months, how she is pregnant with his kid, and how she is not planning on telling me. After hearing all of this honesty, I felt so betrayed and started crying and discussing with my girlfriend. She still to this day is denying the fact that she's pregnant with my best friend's child. What do I do?
So all kinds of questions, because were you just going to stay pregnant and think that old buddy was going to say it was his and then just pass it off and have one big happy family? But I think he said that she lied about it and he told the truth. What was his question, though? Was he asking, is he the asshole, or? No,
it's not that he's the asshole. He just said that, excuse me, he basically went through his girlfriend's phone. I have my own opinion on that. Found out that he was being cheated on. His girlfriend was cheating on him with his best friend. Girlfriend denied it. He went to the friend to ask him. Friend was very honest. I was like, yeah, girl, I busted up them walls.
God, shout out
and now the girlfriend's still denying it, but allegedly she's pregnant. So I have a read for everyone in this thing, including the person who wrote it. I understand, and I'm guilty of this. I've done it. I think a lot of people have done it, especially been burned before, or have a certain childhood, whatever the case may be. Don't look through nobody's phone.
Don't look for answers to questions you don't want.
Let the information come to you naturally. And here's why I say that. So let's say you go through the person's phone. This applies to any situation. And you find what you were looking for. Great. You found what you were looking for, albeit now you are hurt. Your feelings are hurt. You are in disarray. You're in turmoil. Whatever you want to say happens when you find what you were looking for, what you were thinking was there. You found it. Okay, you got that information. What are you going to do with it now?
Well, he confronted them.
Okay, apparently confront them. So, and then on the flip side of you go in there and you don't find anything.
Right.
One, you're either if you find nothing or not. I mean, it wouldn't matter because they also broke your trust if they did do something. But you're overstepping boundaries. Mm-hmm. You're showing that you don't trust this person, and it's hard to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't trust you. Mm-hmm. It shows that maybe there fundamentally is something wrong with the relationship, that you just, maybe you're, whatever the problem is, you're using this as an excuse to like maybe break it off. There's a lot of different things that go into it, but don't look through someone's phone or property or whatever. You might find something that you are looking for and that you aren't ready for. You're also gonna have a lot more peace of mind if you're not constantly like hovering over someone's phone, like, oh, well, you locked it when I walked by, or ooh, you blah. The truth will come out in time. You enjoy your man for what he is, or whoever, she, he, they, them, whoever they are. Have your fun, do your thing. If they cheat on you, let the information come naturally, because it'll come eventually. Like, oh girl, eventually you were going to have a child. Eventually the baby was going to come out. So what were you going to do when you're in your second trimester? Just be like, oh, I got to move to my parents' house in Scotland and I'll never see you for the next 6 whatever amount of months.
I gotta go to a boarding school. Or she could have been planning to do something else.
Okay, like, no, she's keeping that child. She said she's keeping it.
Oh, okay.
She said, I'm not getting rid of it. Like, this is my child. It was going to come out eventually. So, I mean, in this situation, especially, like, it would have came out. Anyway, that was my read for the first person. Heart goes out to you. It really sucks to be betrayed by the person you love, and also, I assume, your best friend who you also love. So next read comes for the girlfriend, and this comes to any cheater, period. Why cheat when you can just break up? Why put someone through that when you could easily just break up with that person? There is no bad reason to break up, in my opinion. You could break up with someone because you simply do not want to be with them. You could break up with them because you just were in the mood to. I have
broken up with someone because I did not like their taste in music.
That's it. You don't need a good... If you don't want to be with that person, you don't want to be with that person, period. That is it. You don't need a good excuse.
Period.
You could be like, girl, it's cold outside and I don't like being around you when I'm cold. And that's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I want people to understand that you don't need this big, massive, like, oh, they hit me, they cheated on me, or, to break up with. No, you could break up with them because you woke up and thought, damn, I don't like that nigga.
I don't like
and I'm done. Okay, so, now receiving that information can be kind of shitty, but at least you're honest. So I don't condone cheating in any way, which way or whatever. But girl, how are you going to shit so close to the house? How you going to... They're not condoning cheating at all, period.
So
again. But his best friend? You ain't think he gonna... Okay, a lot. Like, it would be one thing if, like, oh, you cheated with him on, like, with a coworker he'll never meet, or a random guy online you met on, like, Bumble.
You don't give a fuck about this nigga.
At all. You don't give a fuck about how he feels, how anything. Because not only is she lying to your face, she keeping the baby, which sounds like she is just maybe in love with your best friend, because she's like, nah, this is our child. We're going to raise this child together. Fuck my actual boyfriend. Mind you, she's 19, I think. How old is this guy? I think he's also relatively close in this person's age as well. I think they're all young.
Very young. 19 is so young.
They only say that this... I'm sorry, the girlfriend's 21. I don't know how old everyone else is. That he doesn't say, but... still young. Your prefrontal cortex is not fully there. So, mistake or not, everyone makes mistakes. Things happen, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't make it right. You're a raggedy bitch for that. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I said, cheating with the best friend, which brings me to the best friend. You are the least shit of all of them. That is your ride or die homie. That is your best friend.
He calls me best friend. I don't call him best friend.
Tragic. That's really what he said. That is your best friend. That's supposed to be the person who's there no matter what. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. If it was between my partner of 7 months, mind you, they've only been together for 7 months.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I don't know how long they've been together. Sorry. They were cheating for 7 months in secret. But I digress.
Damn!
That's a long time to not figure it out. Maybe
Almost a year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you didn't figure that out, old boy. But anyway.
He had suspicions. That's why he went to
That's why he went to the phone, probably, yeah. But still, at the age of 21, I'm going to assume at most your relationship probably started when you were 16 and you were in high school. You're not the same person.
Absolutely.
So
not.
I'm going to assume your relationship is still relatively fresh. That's supposed to be your best friend. And like I said, for me, I'm a struggle between picking my best friend and my partner of all of a few months. Like, my best friend has been here no matter what. You new to this. You ain't true to this. Like, you ain't shit. How you gonna do your best friend like that? If there is no one else to be around for this person to support them and love them and be there for them, if anyone outside of your immediate family ain't there, it's supposed to be your friends.
Best friend.
And you just gonna have to do him dirty like that. And now, mind you, I respect you for being honest after you were caught.
Yeah, he didn't have no choice.
He had no choice. Yeah. He could have denied it as well.
But
like, oh, not shit girlfriend. He could have denied it. So I'll give you props on that, but it doesn't make it right. All three of y'all here are raggedy. I'm not going to tell old girl to do with her body. I mean, I can't tell her to do that. And apparently the government can. So, when was this written? This was written 18 days ago. So depending on what state you are in, that child really can go nowhere. And again, I'm not telling this person to do whatever to do with their body, but this just sounds like a whole bunch of toxicity all over the place. If I was the person who wrote this, I would let them be happily in love and with their child and just keep it pushing. Because you deserve better. You deserve a better partner. You deserve a better best friend. Okay, let the people who don't belong in your life out. So you can get some people in.
You young.
Some good people in, because you don't want that around for the rest of your life. And look, the great thing is you're not married.
No
you don't have a child with her.
It's not your baby.
It's not your baby, right? Like, you can make a clean split out of this.
Out. Like a light.
And that's
slip
it.
Through the flight.
And make sure you change your Netflix passwords when you do.
Change everything.
Everything.
Every password you ever gave her, just make sure you change it and then send egregious message. But no, for sure, it is very messed up. Like, not only did she fly so close to the sun, you were cheating and let this nigga shoot the club up?
And he did.
You weren't using nothing. You just was out here raw dogging it and just thought, oh, la, 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 nothing's gonna happen. Like, girl, I mean, cheating is already irresponsible, but golly, you ain't even using protection. If you cheating with the boyfriend, who else you done fucking slept with? Like, it's questions that need answers everywhere. Like, I'm so sorry to you, young man. I don't know how old you are. I feel like you can't be that much older than these people that you just talked about, your girlfriend. But she not your girlfriend no more. When they say somebody for the streets, she for the streets.
That ain't your girlfriend. That is your best friend's baby daddy.
That is your best baby mama.
baby mama.
That's your best friend's baby mama. That is your ex best friend's baby mama.
And that's it.
Because we don't have anything else to discuss. Because if you are willing to do that to me, you have to think about these things. When you're young, I've realized this because I have given people a lot of chances. And the older I get, it's not more so about giving them multiple chances, but I think about things. If you're willing to do that to me in my personal, what happens if we ever want to go into business together? What happens if we're ever doing ventures together? What happens if I'm trying to share something very intimate with you? You are willing to disrespect, disregard, and just completely manipulate me in a realm of a significant other. I can't trust that you won't even go further in other instances. Like, you sleeping with my girlfriend. Far, right? That's pretty far.
That's pretty far already.
And this is just my girlfriend. And both of y'all were irresponsible. Because I'm not just blaming the girl. You weren't using protection either. You knew you was out here with your best friend's girlfriend. And you weren't like, maybe I should be using protection. Like,
maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Like
at
no
all.
guilt for 7 months. They would have
7
sex.
months.
Old girl would go back to the
Y'all
house,
have
look at old
probably-
boy in the face, be like, "I love you, honey."
How many events have y'all gone to together? Old buddy probably done brought dates around. Y'all done been on double dates, going to movies, drive-ins, dinners.
Y'all playing Fall Guys on the Switch.
Fall Guys. Y'all done had y'all out here Guy Anthony diners, dives and drives-ins and all this kind of crap.
And they just looking you in your face like you crazy.
Like nothing ever happened.
Baby cooking in the oven. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yes. So, best friend, ex-best friend, in my opinion, you really need to reevaluate your values and why you were willing to do that to someone who you quote unquote consider your best friend. Girlfriend, pregnant. I wish you a healthy pregnancy, but you're wrong.
Wrong for that.
You are so wrong. Like,
I mean, you're not wrong necessarily for wanting to keep the child. Like, keeping a child, that is your decision, ultimately.
Absolutely,
but you are wrong for doing with his best friend and going back to him and looking him in his face.
And lying. What did you thought was going to happen? You were going to just tell him, oh, I'm just gaining weight rapidly? Like,
only around my stomach region?
I'm bloated.
Okay.
That's what you're going to say?
I'm going on an all-women's retreat.
I have to. My family is moving to Nebraska, and I'm going to be there for the next 9 months. But I promise I'll be back. Okay. And then you're going to come back and you're going to be like, this is my baby sister or my baby brother. How they do to send it to the farms. Ain't that what they used to do back in the day?
That's it.
So,
yeah, that's just
it's just very, it's giving very much so young-minded because you're not even thinking long-term. You're pregnant, girl. You weren't going to be able to hide this much longer, let alone at all. Going through the phone. Not an advocate for it.
Not
an advocate.
No, you're wasting time and energy.
You're wasting time and energy. If something inside of you is telling you you cannot trust this person, you need to trust. People need to learn how to trust themselves. Now, granted, there are situations where if you have been scarred, you've been wrong, you have trust issues, that it will automatically make you think something about somebody else. And those are personal issues you need to deal with within yourself. But if you know for a fact you're not dealing with that, I'm not really like on that, I just have this inclination on the inside of me that this person is doing me wrong. 9 times out of 10, your consciousness is telling you that's what's the reality. Let it play out.
Okay, no need to make any rash decisions.
I mean, I could say you can confront them. Right. I was about to say, you can confront. She would have lied anyway, because clearly she willing to lie with a whole baby in her belly. So she definitely would have lied without that.
But also, like, depending on the person, you can kind of read. Like, even if you were to ask them, like, hey, are you doing this, or I feel this way, you can probably tell that they're lying. Because if he didn't think that she was lying, he wouldn't have gone to the best friend. That's just not true. That's not true. They were.
He saw the messages, so that's probably why he went to the best friend. Because he probably confronted her first, because she was in the vicinity. She lied, and then he went to the best friend. And the best friend, he probably told the best friend something like, "I seen the messages," and the best friend, all right, the jig is up.
The joke, right there.
Like, we've been caught. This is what we've been doing, but. Like, you need to trust yourself when things are happening. You know yourself. You know what you're feeling. You know when things seem off, when things seem not right. That's that fight or flight mentality kicking in. It's not just for situations where you feel danger in the sense of like physical danger where somebody's kidnapping you or you feel like your life is in danger. The fight or flight is your brain telling you you are in a situation that's not good for you. So you're feeling that for a particular reason. So you just need to pay attention to those indicators within yourself and trust yourself. But don't be going out here like ain't nobody got time to be going through emails and phones and all that kind of stuff. I have never been someone to go through a phone. The one time where I had a situation where something happened with a phone, I was literally using my ex's phone for something and somebody texted him. And that's how that happened. But other than that, I have never, like, I'm just not that kind of person. Now, I have had people go through my things. And this is situations where they, felt insecure. They were dealing with things. And that really made me feel violated. Because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, when I'm asleep, like, when you're asleep, you're your most vulnerable. And if I feel like I'm asleep around you and I can't be safe, that is a complete turn off for me. Like, we may as well almost be done because that's another story for another day. But going through my stuff while I'm asleep is a very big no-go for me. So, yeah, get out of Dodge. You have no ties to any of these people. It's going to hurt. You're probably going to be sad. But in the long haul, you deserve better.
And at the end of the day, you ain't got no child. So,
no ties.
Winning.
You won.
Okay.
You actually won. So, I have... I think I'm going to do this one. My friend is hanging out with someone who has done a lot of bad stuff to me. So, this is from... Lizzie L. Long story short, my friend told me that my enemy was being nice to her, so she is being nice back. This friend, let's call her Emily, knows all the stuff my enemy has done and how I've suffered from it. Emily's excuse is that our fight happened 4.5 years ago and she should just start being nice by now. Other people recently have also noted how, quote unquote, okay, those two are with each other despite my feud with my enemy. It also has come to my attention that Emily, my enemy, and a couple of other people have been going out for tea during lunch break. Never once has Emily asked me to join them, and she also failed to mention the whole tea thing with the enemy thing. What should I do? I told her I am uncomfortable and I feel invalidated already, and Emily's response is that she understands my feelings, but she will still continue to be nice to my enemy, but secretly be on my side, and that if I ever come up in a conversation, she will defend me. I don't know what to think or do. I do like Emily. She is a very good friend of mine and she is a very good friend, and I consider her to be one of my closest friends, but she does come with certain red flags. Should I back off and avoid her for a while or just cut her off completely? Somehow forgiving and continuing like nothing's wrong doesn't feel right for me.
Just want to confirm, Emily's the friend or Emily's the enemy?
Emily is the friend.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
So just using some context clues here. What grown adult is using the word enemy? So I'm going to assume this is a high schooler of some kind, maybe college, because I don't know any grown people who are like, oh, so-and-so is my enemy. Like, girl.
I mean, she could have said
like, okay, like, you're not fond of this person. Like, I don't know. Enemy is just giving, like, really dramatic. It's giving, I'm in my feelings about whatever, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I digress. Even if this person is a grown person, few things here.
Drake said he got a lot of enemies and he was grown.
Drake isn't grown. Anyway, I digress. They didn't give any like exact examples of how this person tried to ruin their lives or whatever. And I'm not discrediting that. Like, people are shitty. People are awful. Like, that's a possibility that is something that happened to you. And I apologize. And, hopefully it didn't leave any lasting scars. And if it did, hopefully you're in therapy. Now, whatever it is, I don't think, at least based on the information we have, the wording they're using and blah, 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 I don't think whatever they did was so egregious where people in your life are like, oh, Emily's hanging out with old girl. Like, you need to cut her off or whatever. Unless you have not shit people in your life, which is possible. But, like, maybe, like, in a high school sense, like, ruining your life or enemy, like, maybe she was a little rude to you. Maybe she picked fun at you, like... But I don't think she, like, stabbed you or tried to run you off the road.
We just watched Sincerely Cecilia now. That girl was her op from day one.
True. That's true. But even in that situation, Cecilia was still the one who was fucking crazy.
She was.
So, bullying or not, like, yes, being bullied fucking sucks. I've been bullied. Shit is awful. It's not fun. I get it, especially at that age, it does kind of feel like your world is crumbling and everything is awful, blah, blah, blah. But again, I'm just going to assume whatever old girl did, while maybe shitty and maybe made you feel a certain way, probably wasn't so awful where people were like, oh, we can never fuck around with her. Like, she is the devil incarnate, like, whatever. Like, part of me thinks, like, okay, maybe she, like, stole your man or whatever, which in the previous thing, if that was, you know, be doing yourself a favor, really. If you can steal your man, that wasn't your man. Maybe she made fun of you, or maybe she just made your life a little bit more difficult by, like, you know, not inviting you places, or who knows. I'm keeping it open-ended. You know, maybe she did do something wild.
Not a lot of context.
Right, not a lot of context.
She made you suffer from
right. Like, if you're a grown person, you're not suffering anything. Like, I could just cut you
off.
She
fight happened 4.5 years ago, so maybe they got into a physical fight, a tussle.
So anyway, I digress. No matter what this girl did, a few things here. I don't think you need to go full black and white of cut this person off or confront them. I mean, you already expressed your feelings, like, hey, like, you're hanging out with so-and-so. Don't forget so-and-so made me feel this way. As far as the friend who's hanging out with your so-and-so enemy, that's not her responsibility. That's between you and old girl. And again, depending on what happened, your friend may or may not be not shit. If your friend, like I said, if the person or your enemy was just like making light fun of you, or, you know, it wasn't super crazy or out there, like, people change, people grow. 4 years ago was a long time, especially if you're like in high school or college. Like, maybe they were just a bratty child and now they've grown.
I'm assuming they're old enough to have jobs.
Fair. Why do you think that?
Because she was talking about how they go on their lunch breaks.
She could people in school go on lunch breaks. What are you talking about?
She could be saying that, but I'm saying, who says lunch break in school? We're going to lunch. But lunch break?
That's literally what they were called on our calendars, lunch breaks.
No, I'm going to lunch. I'm not really taking lunch.
Either way, may you have a job or not, or whatever the case may be. It's not really your friend's responsibility to manage your feelings. Like, if they're vibing and it's not really hurting you, they're not like teaming up to be your arch enemies or whatever. Like, let your friend have her friends. If it really bothers you that much, like, you could also just stop being friends with her. Like, if it's really that deep, you could just cut her off, which is fine. But I don't think it needs to be that deep. I honestly think it's just something that you need to just get over. Now, if it starts, like I said, if they both become, you know, toxic for you, or they start changing their tone, or, you know, your close friend starts icing you out or treating you differently or whatever, that's one thing. And I know that actually part of the thing was like, oh, she's treating me differently. They went to go get tea or something without me. Yeah, girl, because you don't like her. You don't want to be around her. Why would I invite you to be around a girl you don't like? Why would I do that? She
said there's a couple of other people, though, that they hang out with mutually that all go.
Again, if we all have mutual friends, you know, the friends going, we have mutual friends, and the girl you don't like are going. If everyone in this group knows that you ain't fucking around with old girl, why would they invite you anyway? That's not why. They're doing you a favor. They're thinking about your feelings. They're like, oh, Sarah really does not fuck with Bethany, and Bethany's gonna be here, you know, let's not invite Sarah. Now, is it shitty? Yeah, no one wants to be the iced out friend who didn't get the invite, but at the same time, again, who knows what Bethany did? I'm sorry, whatever old girl name is.
Wait, she didn't tell us her name.
Right.
Lizzie L is Lizzie
sure. So, you know, Lizzie and Bethany may not be fucking with each other, and, you know, your friends were like, you know, we're gonna hang out with her, let's not invite her because I know they're really not fucking around or whatever. This is also multifaceted. Maybe you just have a really immature group of friends, and maybe they are icing you out because Bethany's like, yeah, that Lindsay girl, she don't brush her teeth.
Like she ain't got no
Vagisil. She ain't got nothing. So maybe, you know, who knows? And in that case, just cut them all off. Those aren't your fucking friends.
Now you gotta start all over.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's giving sincerely Cecilia. No, I have a couple of thoughts on the situation because I have dealt with something similar. It's kind of like, I'm never going to tell anyone who they can be friends with, especially as a grown adult. Like, you make your choices, you be friends with who you want to be friends with. However, that does not stop me from paying attention to the actions that you do. So if you're willing to be friends with someone who has wreaked havoc on my life, I'm going to pay attention to that, because that tells me what I need to know. Like, if you're saying you my ride or die, we close friends, we doing all this, we doing all that, but someone who has clearly brought mayhem or some kind of like wrongdoing to me if you're willing to be their friend. And I think the key for me is it happened after the fact. Like it's a situation. It's different if the situation is everybody was friends beforehand. Me and this person fell out, and now you're still their friend. Versus me and this person fell out, and now they're seeking out friendship from you. That for me, that's kind of a red flag for me because I'm like, you don't find that suspicious.
Don't be
Like
suspicious.
you don't find it suspicious that this person who's never wanted to be your friend before is now all of a sudden wanting to be your friend now that me and this person has fallen out. So there's that. And then there's also the fact that she said like, oh, I'll secretly be on your side, and if she ever brings you up in conversation, I'll defend you. Like, first of all, I have been in the middle of a situation where two people who were friends at one point were no longer friends. And I was friends with the person in the middle. Both of them. So I was the person in the middle. I was friends with both of them. They fell out. I'm like, okay, cool. It was no secretness about it. Both of them knew never to talk trash about the other one to me. We're not discussing that person. We're not bringing it up. We're friends. If you want to continue to be my friend, I'm not going to talk trash about these people behind their back. I'm not that kind of person. Anything I say about one of my friends, I've already said to their face. So, that's one thing. So saying you're going to secretly be on my side and then defend me just kind of gives me pause. Because, girl, what do you mean secretly be on my side? Like, you're just going out with this girl and you gonna laugh. If she makes a joke, ha ha ha, you gonna laugh at it. But then if she blatantly says something, then you're on my side. Like, I'm not feeling it. So I feel like you should never be friends with someone you can't trust to confide in. Meaning, if this person's talking to your aunt, you're not gonna want to confide in her. Because y'all got a relationship. Y'all may talk about it. I don't have time to be thinking what you gonna do. Like, it could be trivial. They could be young, and it could be this whole they got in a fight. Maybe you got your ass beat, girl. I don't know. Maybe that's why you feeling some kind of way. Like, right. Maybe you got beat up, and you feeling like, oh, she friends with the girl that beat me up. But I don't know. But speaking from my personal experience, I didn't let the situation of that person becoming friends with someone who I was no longer friends with, who I felt like the relationship ended in a very tumultuous way. I didn't let that dictate our friendship. I let the actions that transpired after they became friends dictate my next move. So if you're seeing this person changing, this girl's changing, the way she interacts with you, the way that she talks to you, how often she invites you out, different things like that, you need to pay attention to that because it could be influenced from this other person who's your up, and that matters more than her just being this person's friend. But you can't dictate who gonna be friends with whoever. Like, y'all grown. You just let people make their own choices. You don't have control over what people choose. You just have control over how you react.
That's really it. I'm trying to think if I've ever been in a situation like this before.
Never had an alt come on your territory. Because I have seen that, not just with me. I've seen it with multiple people where someone will become, I don't want to use the term enemy because that is very, like, young. Nobody's my enemy. I mean, the devil's my alt. But that's it. Like, I ain't got no enemies. If you got beef with me, you beefing by yourself because I don't even eat beef. Okay. But
you going back and forth with yourself.
There are people who I had, like I said, have ended relationship with, and they weren't cordial. It was very tumultuous, and I don't, I wish them well, but I don't have anything to say. And they came out and tried to be friends with people that they clearly did not like to begin with. That was that was the signature for me. Like, this is kind of weird.
Right.
So you just need to look at the history and the pattern of what's going on. Lizzie girl.
Oh, Lizzie Connor girl. You'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't have any more letters. I'm tired.
Okay. We can end it there. I don't think I have. Yeah. I have one other, but we don't have to do that one. It was about somebody thinking their friend thought they were better than them.
They probably aren't.
They're not. From the letter, it wasn't. So we can end it right there. What did we say this was? Confessions 101?
Confessions 101.
Confessions 101. We're going to work on a jingle. If you got some ideas, let us know. We'll post to our socials. You can find us. We are everywhere now, I guess. We're on Twitter at Funny Podcast, FUNI Podcast. We're on Instagram, same handle at Funny Podcast. And we are on TikTok at Funny Podcast, FUNI Podcast. Again, you can email us at friendshipuniversity at thefriendshipuniversity@gmail.com. All of it will be in the description box. We hope you all have a great week, Friendship Fridays, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye-bye.